This is a Python code to build a deep neural network using Keras. To track the experiments of this project, the user needs to add 3 lines of code only. First, to import the experiment from ModelKB. Second, to create an experiment object and provide the required parameters, including the project's name and the username. And number 3, call the track function. That's it. The user can now conduct their experiment regularly and everything will be automatically recorded. In TensorFlow, the process is very similar. The only addition to the previous steps is that the user needs to pass the name of the function where the actual training is taking place to track the function. Then ModelKB will take care of locating the metadata and tracking them automatically. The only restriction to using the track function in Jupyter Notebooks is that the user needs to call the track function inside the same cell where the actual training cycle is invoked. For example, in the case of Keras here, the track function needs to be called where the fit function is called. The user also needs to pass the notebook path to the experiment constructor along with the other required parameters, including the project name and the username. Everything else works the same. ModelKB provides an intuitive, user-friendly interface to view, query, compare, and run experiments on the fly. This is the project view. Each project is made of multiple experiments. Here we can view a summary of the project, including its name, the type of the application, the number of experiments, and the user who created the experiment. This table shows the recent experiments. Clicking on a project will show all of its experiments sorted in a table with the experiments metadata. The contents of this table can be easily customized. The user can select what parameters and hyperparameters to view or hide from the table. The user can also search or filter experiments using their metadata. The user can select any 2 experiments and click to compare them to illustrate the differences between these 2 experiments. Clicking an experiment will lead to the experiment view, where more details specific to this experiment are listed, including a complete list of the metadata, graphs of the accuracy and loss over time, and other on-demand graphs such as the confusion matrix. Another interesting functionality is the ability to view the model's architecture. This is done by integrating a third-party open-source tool called the Neutron, which can visualize the architecture of the model and the metadata of each layer by clicking it. Using the model and the collected metadata about the experiment, ModelKB can automatically build and inference functions for the user. For example, the user can test this model on the fly without having to write a single line of code. This model is built to classify emails into spam or non-spam emails. So if we select an CSV file of such an input, ModelKB would be able to call automatically the generated inference function and return its results on the interface. We believe that this functionality builds a stepping stone for further future applications, such as a cloud-based model repository, which we are currently working on.